family and friends. Welcome back. I haven't posted in a really long time. I actually had this other video that I've been meaning to post. It's a long story because I got a new phone because the other one had full storage. And so I got a new phone because I needed to take photos, of course. And I haven't had the time. But this video, however, will probably get posted before. I am gonna try to do just a no edited video, or very lightly edited, as long as nobody calls me. Please, nobody call me. And the name of this video is going to be how I lead a decently happy life. It's also gonna be a get ready with me, of course, because she's always on the go, or like I'm just sleeping or whatever the case might be. So how I live a decently happy life. And the reason why I put decently and not how I lead a happy life is only because, of course, I'm human and we all have those days where for the most part they are happy, but we're just humans. So a decently happy life as far as I'm in control, but there's sometimes things that are out of my control. So this is gonna be that video. Hopefully it helps somebody. And let's start into the get ready with me, and I'm gonna try to not cut this video as much as possible, so if I make any mistakes and I don't have the ability to be able to fix it, don't mind it. I think it's just part of the fact that we're all human and we make mistakes. Nothing is perfect, so I shouldn't try to make this perfect. So let's start. So first we're starting with primer. I recently got put into this. Oh, thank God. It was one of my girlfriends and she told me that it was viral on TikTok. So I got it and it's been like the best one ever. And when I tell you that I have tried every single hydrating primer, because I only use hydrating primers because it just looks so good under the skin. And this has been the best one. It's like so good. So you apply it that way and then you just use your fingers. Of course, your hands should be clean so you don't break out. Alrighty, so mind you, this will be a get ready with me. And it's going to be my advice, or not even my advice, because it's really not advice. It's just me telling you guys. It's more informative than anything, I would say. So I do have notes that I took to be this one. I love when I'm prepared. Everything just flows so much better and I just feel so much more confident. Although I'm still kind of winging it, so the way that I make my notes is just like on main ideas. So for example, I have like, let's just start with the first one, right? So the first one is that I don't take things personal. So that's kind of like all I put, and then I kind of just have to add into that input as we go. So it's like a freestyle, which is kind of fun if you ask me. So after I do my primer, I do go ahead with my eyebrows, and then for my eyebrows, I am currently using the, what is this one? The Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit, and my number is 2.75. It's a light brown, I would say. And then I use the Anastasia Clear Gel over it. So I'll be doing that while I talk to you guys. Okay, so not take things personally. This is something that I talk to everyone about. It has changed my life. It has totally changed my life. I will start with a few examples like I remember before. And these are things that I just catch on a like just day-to-day basis. I'm just like, wow, the old me would have handled this differently. And I'm so just, I guess, proud and grateful that I'm very self-aware to the point that I'm able to react now a different way and be able to look back and be like, wow, like I would have handled that so much differently. So I'll give you guys an example. So back in the day, right, my parents, oh, I just realized I don't have a mirror. Let me get a mirror because my phone is probably not the best reliable source. Okay, so I should have done this before, but you see, these are usually the parts that you edit out, but I'm not going to. This is raw footage. So don't take things personally. So I'll give you guys an example. Back in the day, I feel like the best memory that I have probably and most detailed example that I can give you guys is from high school. So for example, let's say in high school, I would have a friend and they would introduce me to another friend. And so I would always kind of be like, oh, after we met and whatever, I would always find myself just asking my friend like, hey, what did they think about me? Like, what did so-and-so think about me? And it's like, I eventually just had to grow out of that, because half of the time, yeah, it was good. And like, I feel like it was mostly just the need for validation of whatever they were going to say. Like, oh, they all said you were so pretty, or oh, they all said you were so nice. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like part of me needed that, instead of me like being genuinely curious as to like what they thought about me. Because there are times where they were like, oh, like, you know, they thought you were too intense, or whatever the case might be. And then instead of me taking it as like constructive criticism, I would just be like, oh, well, fuck them. And then I would just kind of talk shit about them, which is not healthy. Sorry, I shouldn't try to curse on here. That would have been edited out too. So yeah, just things like that. And I, believe it or not, even to this day, like, I consciously have to tell myself, like, don't ask, like, who gives a fuck? But they're still in the back of my head, of course, because it's how I was programmed to be by the way I was raised, or whatever the case might be, to just like, after I meet, let's say, a friend's friend, or like a friend's parent, or just anybody, I always, like, in the back of my head have that voice that is like, oh, you should ask what they think about you. And then, excuse me, and then the conscious part of me, like the conscious creation part of me, is like, girl, it doesn't matter what they think about you. Like, that does not affect your life at all. They're not helping you in any type of way. And if anyone had anything to say that was constructive to you, it would be a friend, it wouldn't be a stranger, right? And then I remember the way that I started getting into not taking things personally was this video that I saw, life-changing. I don't know if I've brought it up before, but I will bring it up again and again. Pretty much, the video said, I don't take things personal. And the reason why I don't take things personal is because I am an adult with good conversation skills. I have said this before, by the way, I'm having deja vu. I'm an adult with good conversation skills, and so I assume that those around me are adults with good communication skills as well. And so if anybody had anything to say about me, they would say it to my face. And if they don't say it to my face, then it means that it has nothing to do with me at all, and all to do with them. So that's why I never worry about what he said, they said, she said. Like, I just, unless it's straight to my face, then it has nothing to do with me at all, even if it is about me. That's the tricky part, right? Because we constantly find ourselves like, oh, he said what, she said what. And in my head, I'm just like, if they didn't say it to me, I don't have to give you a reaction. Because what are we doing here? If it was a genuine issue that you wanted to solve, then we would have solved it, and you would have talked to me about it. You wouldn't be telling somebody else, right? That's the point of being an adult. So I don't worry about that anymore. If anybody has anything to say to me, they say it to me. And then if they don't say it to me, then it's not my problem. It's their problem. So then now I use this, what is it? Makeup brush cleaner, because I'm about to start on my face. Usually after the eyebrows, I would do mascara. And I usually do the Anastasia, what's it called? It's like the only mascara that they have, Anastasia. It's been out of stock for a while, so that's why I don't remember. But oh, Lash Brag, that's what it's called, Lash Brag. That's the one I love. But in the meantime, I use Better Than Sex. I just had it on from earlier, so I think I'm just gonna put lashes on top of this later. But just so you guys know where we're at with the makeup. And then we're gonna do foundation. So yeah, definitely that has helped a lot, not taking things personally. Let me check. I no longer ask for feedback, which is exactly what I just said, just in different words. Like, I genuinely don't care what anyone thinks about me. It's not going to affect me in any way. However, if it is a friend and it is constructive criticism, I will always take it. But as far as me caring, and especially asking, going out of my way, mind you, to ask what somebody thinks about me, no, not anymore. Not anymore. And that used to be how I was. You know, I just think it's a Hispanic thing to just constantly be worried about, like, what other people think and say about you. And oh my God, he and she said that. And oh my God, your cousin said this. I'm sorry. I'm not going to teach that to my kids. So I'm going to unlearn that myself so that my kids don't learn that. Because I'm not going to allow that with my kids. There's no way. They're going to be overthinking and living their life differently because of what someone else that's not living their life thinks. Oh, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. So, foundation. I use the L'Oreal Infallible. Maybe that's what it's called. This one is so good. I usually change in between the 430 and the 425 as far as the shade. It depends how tan I am. I don't know if this will match me today, but I think it's the only one I have, so this will have to do. All right, so that's one of the things. Also, I have this cystic acne here, and I have one here. I really wanted to show that. We're all human. We all get it. It's super normal. And you're gonna see after I put the makeup on, it doesn't even show. So anyways, let's continue. I should have got I'm just gonna clean this beauty blender. I should have got another one, but I'll just clean this one. Okay. Another thing that I really wanted to talk about, this one is mostly for women, but I feel like men should know this too, because you could really cancel out a bunch of women that don't genuinely want you and they're just needing you to fill a void. So part of how I was raised, unfortunately, but fortunately for me, I get to look back and learn and, you know, be able to kind of acknowledge that this was wrong and that it has to be fixed. It was that in my household, they gave men a lot of importance, as in like, well, if you don't have a boyfriend, then you can't go out of the house. And of course, this is like after 16. This is after my dad screams at me for having my first boyfriend at 16. Make it make sense, for real. I love you, parents. I really do. I really do. And you have no idea how many times I've thought to myself, like, if they would have raised me any other way, I wouldn't have came out to be this beautiful, independent light that I am. It just, I wouldn't be, I would be a wreck, you know? So I am very grateful. But these are just notes that I take for myself and just things that I've taken into account, and I don't want to continue bringing on to my children. So these are just things that I like to talk about very raw and honestly, and I'm not pointing fingers to anybody. I love everybody, especially when it's, you know, it's everybody's first time living too. It's their time living, like it's their first time living, my first time living. I'm doing a little better than they are, and they did better than their parents did. So it's all we can really appreciate. So let's continue. So yes, unfortunately in my household, they gave men a lot of importance, right? And it was almost like your worth was based on what type of quality man you can get. It breaks my heart to say it, but it is so true. Like, depending what type of boyfriend you have, or like who the boyfriend is, then that would kind of signify your worth. It's like, oh, like this is what you can get, or oh, like this is what you think you're worth. And I understand that your partner is a reflection of you, but it shouldn't be that you feel like you need a partner in order to show your worth. And I feel like that's kind of where in my household we fell short, because of lack of resources and just understanding to the world. So one thing that I've had to unlearn in order to just not live a horrible life and attach my worth to somebody that's not me, like, oh, what, has just been to learn to stop giving men so much power over me and the way that I feel in my mentality. I feel like before it was kind of like, oh my God, so-and-so is mad at me and they're not responding. And now I feel like I'm ugly. It's heartbreaking to say, to be honest. Oh, and now I feel like I'm ugly. Like, am I not pretty enough? Like, is it because I said this or whatever, you know? And that goes hand in hand with overthinking, which I don't do anymore either. And so I really had to grow out of that and give men less importance. And believe it or not, once I did that was kind of when they learned how to treat me right, if you can believe it. Because of course, as soon as you're not giving out this energy of, oh, I need you, it's like, I don't need you. But if you are going to come into my life, then that means you're going to add something to my life. And of course, I'm going to add something to you. It's going to be a mutual thing. It's not going to be something out of need. It's not. And it's not going to be me begging for you. It's going to be a mutual understanding as to, hey, I like you, you like me. Let's see what we can add to each other's life. And before, it wasn't like that. Definitely not. And so, of course, my kind of sanity and my mental peace depended on whether they remembered about me or how they treated me for my birthday or whatever the case might be. I have stopped allowing that, because I will not attach my worth to how a man treats me. And we have to teach that, like, to our kids, and we have to unlearn that within ourselves so that we can do better. Because even to this day, I still see that. And it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm so sorry. And it goes the same for the other way around, for guys to women too. If you've had a mom that's like, oh, you got a pretty girl, whatever, that means you're doing something right. Oh, wait. So I put the foundation. Let me just finish. So I put the foundation and then I'm going in with this NARS bronzer. This one is called Laguna 01. Fire. So anyways, yeah. I stopped giving men so much importance. And then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Regardless, I am still the same. I am still gonna love myself the same. And it doesn't affect me at all. Of course, if I like the guy and whatever, and he was genuinely a good guy, then I'm okay to feel sad about it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, I don't cry for no man. No, if he's a good man, I'm of course gonna put in the effort. I'm gonna fight for him. But then in the case that it doesn't work out, I am not going to attach my worth to it. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I'm such a shitty woman for not being able to keep this man or whatever the case might be. Definitely not. Not anymore. You see, this is what I'm saying. Not anymore. That would have been so normal back in the day. I think my hair got stained from the bronzer. But anyways, yes, that's an important one. I have to unlearn that. Oh my God, it just brings so much peace to you. Like, you're not waiting on a text. You're not waiting on this man to be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, for you to feel beautiful and for you to know that you're beautiful. And he knows that. And for that same reason, you become magnetic to him because he knows that you don't need him. Like, he knows that. And a man will play with a girl that he knows will let him. Absolutely. I've seen it with my own eyes. I am my number one source of experiment and my number one source of of evidence. So go ahead, try it out yourself, be a different personality with a different man, and you're gonna see the different treatment that you get if you genuinely love yourself and you're not waiting on this guy to give you your worth or to tell you, oh my God, you're so beautiful, for you to feel beautiful. All right, so bronzer. So yeah, stop giving importance to men. It doesn't mean you should stop loving them or liking them or whatever the case might be. Just stop giving them so much importance over your life. You gotta give that to yourself. You gotta be able to fulfill everything that you need within yourself. Because if not, they're gonna have power over you and how you feel. They're gonna be in control of, oh, I feel good today, or oh, I feel bad today, or oh my God, I feel so pretty, I feel so ugly. No, you can never give somebody that power because they know they have that power, and that's when they will control you. And that's why there have been so many abusive relationships or whatever the case might be. That goes hand in hand with it. I'm not saying it's mostly it, but it is part of it. The woman loses herself with a man. Cannot lose yourself, ever. The most healthy relationships that I know is because the woman knows her worth and she's not scared to walk away. And the man doesn't want her to walk away because he knows that she's a quality woman. And what makes her a quality woman? The fact that she doesn't need him, the fact that she takes care of him, the fact that she takes care of herself. She doesn't stop taking care of herself. That's a big one. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm just gossiping and I forget to tell you guys what I'm doing. So now I'm doing blush. It's gonna mix better, trust me. It's just one of those things where you have to trust the process. So this is the NYX Buttermelt Blush in the color, oh my God, you guys. Getting Buta, maybe? Buta? B-U-T-T-A? BMBLO8. I don't know. I just started using this and it's so much better than I used to use the Dior one. And this one is so good. It just looks so cute. It just looks like a little porcelain doll. She's just a doll. She's a fairy. Oh my God, I don't want to get into that. Anyways, but I am a fairy. A magical one at that, actually. So we do the blush. You do have to blend this one really well, or else it's giving like clown or something. So make sure you mix it really well. And just remember to trust the process. Trust the process. So let's continue. The next one, coincidentally, goes hand in hand with what I was just saying. In order for you to not give your control over your happiness to someone else, you have to do things for you, and you have to do things that fulfill you. Meaning, you don't have to only be happy when you go out with someone or whatever the case might be. You can happily go get some delicious lunch, go by yourself, take your dog, whatever the case might be. Just do things that fulfill you, whatever that may be. it could be meditating, it could be creating. Like for me, this is everything right now. I love creating, I love working with my hands, I love just showcasing my personality. It's one of those things, you have to do things that fulfill you. Whatever that may be, it has to fulfill you. Go on a walk at the park, go get some sun, you just have to do something that doesn't depend on anyone else for your happiness. I have to put that together, because fulfilling you could also look like going out with your friends and having a drink, and that'll fulfill you. But so what I'm getting at is that do something that fulfills you, only you, right? Because you're giving yourself the validation. Wow, I feel so good today. This feels so good, spending time with myself, just kind of spending time with yourself and loving that. So I have my powder in my purse, and this is the reason why I pause these videos and then I come back to them. So I'm just gonna, I swear it'll take 1 second. I just don't want you guys to see anything. So I'll be right back, 1 second. Okay, that wasn't so bad, was it? So I have my powder. I'm in love with this powder. Again, my girlfriend put me on. This one is the L'Oreal Infallible, back with the L'Oreal. It's so good. Fresh Wear and number 190. They didn't have my shade, so I got this one. It's okay. It's okay for now. Mine is instead of it saying beige sand, it says true beige. But it's sold out, so I don't know who's buying it all, but leave some for me, please. I haven't got my shade in like a minute. It's so bad. But this one works. So now, wow. You see this, how you create this effect? Look at the difference. Of course, it's not gonna stay like that, guys. Don't try me. So anyways, let's continue, because if not, I'm gonna finish my makeup and I'm not gonna finish my rant. So, do things for you that fulfill you, where you don't need anyone else there to make you happy and give you your validation. Boom, point made. Continue. Yes, this is a really good one. Ways that I live, I guess they're both analogies work in this sentence, but another way that I lead a decently happy life is just knowing when it's okay and when it's time for me to just feel sad. I know it sounds crazy. It might even sound like common sense to some of you, but to be honest, it recently became a thing in my life where like I always felt like I had to be happy, and I always felt like I had to put on a smile and I had to show up to the world. I never gave myself any days to just feel bad. And even though I would feel like shit, I would still keep going. I would still show up for everybody but myself. And I feel like that part kind of died on me. That part of me kind of died when I stopped giving so much importance to other people and I started putting that into myself. So now when I feel sad, I actually sit with it. It's a new thing, okay? It's a new thing. So when I feel sad, I just sit with it. And if it takes me a week to bounce back, that's okay. Although in that time, I'm not just gonna sit in my bed and just let my body decompose or whatever it may be. I'm at least gonna try to get out of bed. I'm at least gonna try to make my bed. Like just as much as I can do without overdoing myself and letting my body rest and giving it what it needs, which is just to sit in my own space and to heal and to journal and to meditate and to do whatever inner work I have to do in order to get out of that state, I will do so. And before it was kind of like, oh, well, I feel bad. Oh, well, let me just go hang out with friends. I'm sure I'll feel better. And yeah, I did. And then I went back to feeling bad, because that's exactly how the superficial happiness goes. You feel good one moment and then the next day you're like, okay, well, what now? You know, nothing really got solved. So of course you're not gonna feel good. This is looking quite suspicious, to be honest with you. Like, trust me, it'll get better. It'll get better, guys, okay? You just have to trust. She says in hopes that she trusts herself, because what is going on? Okay, trust me, it's gonna get better. So yes, you have to be okay with just not being okay. You have to be okay with that. And then you have to know your limit too. Like, I recently This is super raw and honest, but honestly, we need more of this everywhere, online, in the world. I just, you know, I know we live in a time where everybody's showing their ups and not really their downs. So these are things that need to be talked about. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put a little bit more powder just here, because I feel like it's not really mixing that good. Although it does look fire, right? Like from here. But then if you look at it from here, I don't know, I could do a better job at blending it, to be fully honest with you, especially this one. But I also have a ring light behind the camera, so I wonder if I block it. Anyways, we're not gonna worry about that right now. Non-edited video. Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh my god, now I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, so I remember what I was talking about. Yes, raw honesty. I recently went through 1 week where it was the 1 week. Oh my god. It literally started on Monday. It was a Monday. I got my period. I got sick, pero like sick, like cough, like I felt horrible. And I feel like it was mostly, to be honest, just like spiritual. I know that might sound crazy, but to be honest, I feel like I needed a cleanse, and I needed that time to just lay in bed and connect to myself and just be okay with feeling sad, because that is the very first time. This was like 2 weeks ago, and that was the very first time where I didn't feel bad about feeling bad. I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is normal. Like it's okay that I feel that. And I let my body rest, and then I did know when it was time to kind of snap out of it. And so I remember it lasted a week, which was coincidentally the week that I got my period and the week that I lasted being sick. So it also just came hand in hand. I really feel like God was just like telling me, hey girl, you need to relax, like just rest and let your body recharge. And so he kind of forced me. And so I got sick and I got my period. And then I also got just really bad depression for that 1 week. Like I couldn't even shower. Like I remember it was Monday, it was Tuesday, and then I work Wednesday through Sunday. So on Wednesday I had to shower because I had to, and I literally couldn't. And whatever, I went to work, it was fine, you know, it's not a big deal. I feel like depression really hits when you're just sitting by yourself in your house. So whatever, I was fine, I was functioning enough. And then I would just come back home and it'll hit me, and like every day would just get worse and worse and worse, to the point that like I couldn't even, the only thing I was able to do was shower and sleep. Like it was literally just shower and sleep and work. That was it. To the point, I remember, I think it was like Thursday, so 4 days into this depression, that I couldn't do anything. Literally, I had just my clothes on the floor. Like I would get home, throw them on the floor, throw my purse on the floor, and then the next day was just, okay, shower, go to work. God, it was so bad. And then it was like at the 4th day that I was like, you know what, I think it's okay to ask for help, because I never ask for help. And that's another thing that I started doing, and it has just, wow. And my perspective on it has totally changed, because like, yeah, I can do it myself and I don't need anyone else to help me. Yeah, but your friends want to help you. Like you are not being a bother by asking your friends to come support you in a time of need. So what did I do? I asked my sister, of course. I mean, I asked my other friend, and of course it was okay too, but of course my sister is the #1 person that I go to, especially when it comes to sensitive things like this. So I remember it was Thursday. Oh my god, and then I used this lip liner. It's Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme, and this is the color Wherever Walnut. This is so good. Like this really just puts all the makeup together. So I remember it was Thursday by the time that I was like, I really have to fix this. Like I couldn't even walk around my house. I would walk in my house and I would just sit right here on my sofa and I would cry, because everything is just such a fucking mess. I couldn't bring myself to clean it. And so I just felt like I was just not in control at all. And I couldn't physically bring myself to be like, okay, yeah, let me wash these dishes. Okay, yeah, let me put this clothes where I know that it goes. I just could not. So growing out of my not asking for people thing, I asked my sister for help. And I told her, I was like, girl, I'm so sorry, I cannot bring myself to wash my dishes. Can you please come help me? And then by the time that she came, I had already started doing the I had already started doing the brooming and the sweeping, and so it literally did take just her and her presence to be able to kind of just snap me out of it and just be like, hey, this is easy, just get this scrub mommy. I don't know how to say it. I guess it's just like the scrubbing thing for the plates. Just get the scrub mommy, get the soap on it, and just wash the dishes. Like, it's not that bad. Your mind just put this block on it because you have attached it to so much just like negative energy and, oh, I feel so bad, and oh, I can't even bring myself to wash the dishes. And that is okay, but you have to snap out of it. And I'm talking even just to myself about myself, and I had to snap out of it, and I had to know when it was time to do so. I felt bad, I let it sit, I meditated, and I was like, why do I feel like this? Why can I not bring myself to do this? And then after it came time to heal, I was like, I need help. And so I'm gonna ask for help. And help came. Help would not come if you don't ask for it. Although sometimes it may, but it's okay to ask for help. And I've recently learned that. So now we use this. It's a plumping, well, this is the plumping cream, but what I really wanted was the plumping lip gloss version of this, but it's ultimately the same thing. I think this one is just pinkier. The plumping lip gloss is a little bit more, just, it has less potency in the redness. You're gonna see that it gets a little red actually. So this is the full-on plumping lip cream of Buxom, and it's the color Dolly, Dolly. This one's really good. And then I put this on top, just the regular lip injection by Too Faced. This is just me doing the most because I don't have to put this on because that's already plumping, but I naturally have small lips, so I really think that this just brings the face proportions all together. It just looks really, really good. So yeah, that, just knowing that it's okay to feel bad and just knowing when to snap out of it, we have to be in control of that, and that's something that we all have to learn. Even me, I'm in the process of learning it. Okay, what else? Okay, this one is gonna be, I mean, it shouldn't be controversial though, to be quite honest with you, but you have to invest in your looks. I know it sucks, and I did go through my hippie stage where I was like, oh, looks don't matter, and as long as I feel good about myself, then that's all that matters. Yeah, I mean, of course, you should feel good about yourself. And so part of me healing that problem that I had was just, oh, well, let me show up looking like shit, and then sorry, I should stop cursing. So let me show up looking however, just super fresh, and then I'm somehow gonna feel amazing. And the truth was, I didn't. Like, I really did not genuinely feel super confident walking into a room with sweatpants and a loose shirt and just, oh, well, in my head, I feel so confident. It's a lie. I'm so sorry. You have to invest in your looks, whatever that may be to you, whether it's cute makeup, whether it's a cute outfit, your nails, your hair. In order to feel good about yourself and to show up to the world how I think that you deserve to show up, which should be a true reflection of how you feel about yourself, you have to invest in your looks. And not even talking about financially, just spend the time. Take an extra 5 minutes in the morning, do some face yoga, put a cold towel in your face to just depuff your whole face. It's really the little things that you're able to see, that people are able to notice, that show that you invest time in yourself, whether that's even just you reading a book and just you bettering your mind and you looking better. It just has to go hand in hand with you reflecting to the world how you feel about yourself physically. And I hope that's making sense. It has to be making sense because it's making sense to me. So yeah, just investing in yourself. And that means how you look, your body, your presence, your smell, your confidence. You have to. It's so important. It's the only way that you're going to be able to attract what belongs to you and what you want from the world. Otherwise, you're just going to get whatever energy God wants to hand you because you're not in creation mode. You're just in, oh, well, whatever God wants to bring my way, I'm here. No, you have to manifest what it is that you want. And so the way that you do that is by dressing the part, by acting the way that your future self would act. Yeah, let me drink some water. So dehydrated. Oh my god, I drank like 3 of these today, but I need more. I need like 3 more for sure. Excuse me, I would have done that off camera, but again, unedited. Yes, invest in yourself. Looks matter. I'm sorry, don't believe what they told you. They matter. Trust me. They matter. My whole life has changed since I have cared about my looks. It matters. Okay, what else? So this is the last one. And so I will finish it with my setting spray. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Extra Glow. I can't even express to you guys what like this is. Like, it's just so good. This with the primer, your makeup is set to last at least 10 hours and it's gonna look so good. And not only does it look fire, but people think that it's your skin all the time, every day. People are like, oh my God, your skin is so beautiful. I'm like, I have cystic acne under here, but thanks. So last point, and I will make it with my setting spray, and then you need a fan to fan it. Positive self-talk. Oh my God. And I don't mean just saying affirmations that you don't genuinely believe, that you're reading off a script, that you're like, I'm loved, I'm beautiful, I'm whatever the case might be, and you don't genuinely believe it. No, I mean changing the way that your brain automatically thinks when it's trying to talk down on you, right? So I'll just give you guys an example. What's a really good example? I haven't, hold on. Let me think of something, because I'm sure that I can think of something. If not an example about me, I'll bring up an example about like an anonymous friend or something. So I'll give you guys just an example, right? Like, let's say I say something at work, like to a customer, and I'm just like, right after my brain loads, and it's just like, that was so stupid. And in my head, I'm like, I have to kind of go back to myself and be like, was it really stupid though? Like, you said something that was correlative, I don't know the word. I don't know how to say the word. I'm sorry. I know the word, but I don't know how to say it. Correlative to what you felt in that moment. And so why would you feel stupid about it? Because their reaction to what you said, no, absolutely not. And that is the only time that you would feel like you were out of pocket, depending on the other person's reaction. And it's like I said, we're not going to give anyone else power over how we feel about ourselves. Positive self-talk is a really big thing. And although there are times where you do have to do negative self-talk, because you have to grow and you have to be like, hey girl, maybe that wasn't cool. 80% of the time, you should have positive self-talk. Instead of waking up in the mirror and being like, this is a great example. Oh my God, I have these 2 cystic pimples in my face and they just look horrible, and I feel whatever the case might be. I'm like, no, instead of focusing on that, oh my God, my lashes look so good today. Oh my God, I love how my hair woke up so healthy. Like, you just have to shift the energy, maybe without taking out the importance of whatever the first thing might be, but you definitely do have to put an emphasis on the positive self-talk, because you will manifest that energy into your day and into the world and into how you are portraying yourself. Right? Is this making sense? Is something clicking? So yeah, positive self-talk, please. It will change your life. You cannot be your number one biggest hater, which I feel like half of us were almost trained to be. We're so critical about how we are and how we are with others and with ourselves. We have to just learn to love ourselves and to love a good person, because you're not gonna love a bad person. I'm just saying. I was about to curse and I didn't do it. So yes, please, positive self-talk. It's not to say you shouldn't acknowledge the bad things or you shouldn't talk about the bad things, but for the most part, positive self-talk will literally change your life. It will change your life. Okay. Oh my God, I haven't even looked in the mirror this whole time. I've just been winging it with the camera, but it looks good. So 39 minutes of just gossiping and talking, and I feel like we both needed this. So thank you for watching. Next time I will have a few more topics to talk about, but as far as today, those were the main things that I want to talk about. Just how I lead a decently happy life And so hopefully maybe something just stays with you and just you could live a little bit of a happier life than we do now, since that is the ultimate goal of life, to just live a happy life. Really, right? We only have one life, so what are we doing just not being happy? I'm sorry, that's the whole point of it all. To be happy, to love, to be loved. I don't think we need much else. I mean, oxygen, right? Probably. So yeah, I would say that's about it. Makeup is complete. You see, I told you guys to trust the process. Wow. I'm even thinking of turning off the ring light just so you guys can see what it would look like in regular light. Let me see if I can reach it through here without knocking the camera down. Oh, guys, this is super risky. Okay, you see? Oh my God, something. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is not regular light. This is hilarious. This is how it looks in regular light, guys. I don't know, should I do lashes? I don't think so, right? Hello? Oh my God, did it just break? Oh my God, I think it just broke. Did it just break? So that's another part I would have probably cut out. Anyways, it is complete. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And we shall do this again very soon. Thank you guys. Let's be good people, please. Thank you.